Difficulty Jack here, and today's video review is on the following.
NECA's Ultimate Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason Voorhees figure, and yeah, it's been quite some time, and I was very anticipating to get this figure, and it's been, what, nearly a month since it came out, and now I have it. First, we'll take a look at the box. And it has, of course, the artwork from Final Chapter, which is, I want to say, one of my favorites. I still feel like I like the remake poster art. So, you know, it's pretty cool that they're doing this with the NECA Ultimate line figures, where they have the poster art on the front of the box. And, you know, these packagings kind of remind me of the Sideshow figures. And then you have a picture here of the figure. And then on the back, you have a little bit of a read up there, which is, it's the same one that the so-called original figures had. You have a picture up top, which actually is the first version of this figure that came out like 5 years ago. And then you have two pictures down below of the new Ultimate figure, and then you have the Pamela Voorhees Tombstone. And then if we open it up, you know, that's where the figure would be housed. I have the damaged head in here still, along with the knife, the corkscrew, the tombstone, and the double-sided axe. And so here's the figure, and I actually prefer the Final Chapter Ultimate release over the Part 3, because the fact that the Part 3 figure had so many screw-ups, one being the art, not the art, but the packaging of the art, not the art, but the photo gallery thing that they did for the figure. It just looked really odd looking. The mask wasn't correct that the figure was wearing, and a lot of weird things. And also, the main issue with that figure was the fact that his neck was very pale, and his head skin tone was really dark. And also because of the fact that he had blood on his neck, so if you were to put the regular head on, then there would just be blood on his neck for no apparent reason. So that's one of the reasons why I prefer this version, but I also love Final Chapter. Don't get me wrong, I do love Part 3 as well, but I have preferred the brutal Jason from Final Chapter. You know, Kane Hodder's brutal too, but I mean, if you look at Part 4, you know, pretty brutal stuff. He's, you know, a fast Jason. So, for some reason in the packaging, they have this figure with the mask on towards the end of the film, you know, without the chevrons on the side, and then there's the little crack up there with the, and then they have the regular head, which is kind of weird. I think this head, you know, it's all the same sculpt, but I think the paint applications are done a lot better. So if I were to compare this with the original, the only really difference between the two, and the lighting, if I can get these two, is the fact that the skin tone on the original, there you go, you can kind of see, is a lot lighter compared to the other one. I don't know if it's picking it up so well on the camera. You can kind of see it a little bit. And he has a little bit more of a shine. And the blood's a little bit more glossy, so it's kind of recent compared to this one, where it's painted on, and this one's kind of airbrushed and everything. So if I were to put the correct mask on this guy, so this is the correct mask you should be wearing. And also, I had to really screw up with my figure, where the little like metal type of piece that would connect, you know, the straps through the mask. This piece, you can see right there how it's this little glob of paint versus how it really should be. So this is the only, you know, hiccup that I have with the figure I have here. One thing I really want to comment about is the fact that finally this figure has the black nails. As you can see, he has those black gnarly nails that he's got going on, compared to the original figures, the original 2. There's just kind of like a pinkish white. One thing I really do like about the Machete that they have here is the way the blood is done on him. It's kind of like he you know, plunged it through somebody and pulled it back out. And that's the effect that it looks like it has on this machete. Not only that, but they actually corrected the handle. The handle is actually brown this time compared to the other one. I'm gonna line up the one from the part 3. I mean, not part 3, I mean part 4. You can clearly see the handle is black and not brown like it really is, that they finally corrected it. And I don't know which blood is better. One looks like it's been recent and the other one's dried. So, you know, a little bit of a difference that you can pull off with this figure. And then here's the knife or knives. The one on my left, okay, the left, is the original, and then the one on my right, which is right here, is actually the new one. You can see that the only really difference is the paint applications of the blood, and I feel like the new one looks a little bit better than the old one. The handles on them are both brown, so there's that. And I'll just show off both axes as well. As you can see, one on my left is the old one, the right is the new. And you can decide as well if you want to in the comments which one's better. I prefer the one on the left because you can kind of see like how it has some of that wear here, like going on the wood grain, and compared to this one, the new one. The one's darker, but the other one's lighter. But I prefer the one on the left, especially for the shine that it has versus this one. You can kind of see it a little bit on camera. And then we have the Pamela Voorhees Tombstone, which isn't the first time we've gotten the Tombstone. We've gotten it with the Mezco figure back in 2007, and I have that figure, and it's, you know, a little bit bigger than actually this one. So, you know, there you have that. It looks really well done. And then also we have the alternate head with the machete wound that I'll, you know, pretty soon swap out. Just put that right there. Other than that, we have an interchangeable hand, which is for the hacksaw, which is something I was looking forward to. But then the other thing, which none of us is getting tongue-tied here, suspected that the corkscrew would be with this figure, and I still have it in the package. I did remove it. It's not really a weapon you kind of want to display with Jason, but, you know, it's pretty cool, I guess. So, you know, there's that. So I kind of can put the other hand in place with the hacksaw, which I think is the way I'm going to be displaying him. So there he is with the hacksaw. I think he looks really good. Keep in mind, I'll also be doing the photo gallery after the end of this review, so stay tuned for that if you are interested. Plus, there'll be some more toned out pictures that the pictures can show more than what the footage is showing right now. And then here you have the two alternate heads. I still prefer, I kind of prefer this one over this one. I don't know, I kind of feel like I prefer the one without the chevrons, but I think that's only because of the stupid little blip of paint here that bothers me. But, you know, if it's full on face forward with Jason, or from like a side view like that, you can't really see it, but I don't know, it's just something that bothers me a little bit. And then here's, I also forgot to mention, here's the meat cleaver. So I think, yeah, it looks pretty good. And then here are the original two figures along with him. Him in the middle, battle damaged on the left, and the regular released version on the right. Now I can swap out the heads on this figure. And pop on the other one, the alternate one. And then there he is. And then of course I can, you know, remove that hand. Just put it with the default hand that he would come with. And we can pop his mask off, and boom, there he is. with the gash mark. You can put the machete in his head, so then you can basically recreate the ending of the movie. So there you have that. And along with the other one, still, I don't know. Like, both heads look really good, but I don't know. I feel like the lighter skin tone to the head fits better, but I also prefer the gritty, slimy looking hands that he has. So it's kind of like I like, you know, the originals and this Ultimate figure. So, you know, they're really, I feel like the only difference, you know, really is, you know, the paint applications. I feel like the paint done on the new figure looks really good. I think one thing that it pluses up against the old figures is the fact that how the blood is on his head. It looks a little bit more better, especially with it being airbrushed and compared to just plapped on like these other two. And of course, because he has the black fingernails. But the one thing I'm surprised that NECA did not do with this new figure is his left hand. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, it's something I did with my battle damage figure here. You can see the blood going on there, where you stick the machete through the center or middle of past his hand. I'm trying to get it through. See how I have it right through his hand here? That's something I'm surprised they did not do with this Ultimate figure, which I'm really disappointed in the fact that they did not do that with this figure. But nevertheless, you know, it's cool that we got, you know, Tombstone, of course, the alternate heads, the corkscrew, and the hacksaw. That's, you know, pretty cool stuff here. And then we have the box itself. So I think that concludes my review on this figure. I really dig this figure. I'm hoping they give us something new, because you know these aren't new figures, but it's cool that we can get like an updated version of them. And also it's also tongue-tied here. It's also because of the fact that if you didn't have these figures, you know, that'd be a good thing. But also, if you have them, you can get the updated version, which is a really neat inclusion to have with your Jason figure collection. And if you can get them, get them. I got mine for, you know, 40 bucks. So, could have gotten it for 30, but I got tired of waiting. So, you know, that kind of concludes my review of this figure. I will do some photo shots, and hope you all enjoyed this review. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I hopefully might do another video within 2 weeks as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and, you know, have a good one.